Why don't you eat pork? Well, I don't eat pork because God tells me not to eat pork. That's the simple answer. Now, I know lots of Muslims, they like other types of answers. Like, well, pork carries all of these diseases. And, for example, pork is more like human flesh than any other flesh. And, pork digests its food within 2 hours. Right? And okay, these may all be really sound reasons. But I always like to pose the hypothetical argument. Okay, if you are saying that's the reason you don't eat pork, if I can produce a pig, if I can get a pig, and I can breed this pig on a farm, and this farm has such conditions that we can prove, without reasonable doubt, that this pig contains no disease. In fact, we implant in the pig nutrients and vitamins, and we can show that this particular product is really beneficial and healthy for you to eat. Does it become halal for us? Does it become lawful? Yes or no? No. So what's the reason we don't eat pig? Because God tells us, don't eat pig. I'm really sorry to explain it that way, and it's so simple. I remember saying this 20-something years ago in Oxford, and people were so disappointed. It's like, can we have something else, please? And it's like, well, but that's it, really. I'm sorry, but that's the bottom line. And why is Abraham the example for that? Because I can guarantee you that whatever thing you can think of anything that you may find objectionable or whatever, how about killing your own son? How does that rate in your, how about killing your own son? Where would you put that in your sort of scale of pretty horrific things to do? How high? But Abraham is told to kill his son. Now that's something that every Jew and every Christian and every Muslim accepts. And what does Abraham do? He goes ahead and he does it. Okay, God stops him at the last millisecond. But that's it. Judge that by any standard of morality that you can think of. Imagine that on the headline of whatever, mad guy, listens to God telling him kill his own son. That's got to rate pretty high in the sort of crazy things to do. But that's what God tells Abraham to do. And there's no media there, it's in the middle of nowhere, but the point here is that if we go back to where I started and then we ask the question, well, okay, is there a God? And did God really talk to Abraham? Because if we can accept there's a God and we can accept that God really did tell Abraham to do that, well, then it doesn't become that difficult to understand, well, God knows something about this boy that I don't know. Maybe he's going to do this, or maybe he's going to do that, or maybe what's the consequence of not doing what God says? It could be huge.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, 3 supplications are responded to, and there is no doubt regarding them. Number 1, the supplication of a father for his child. Number